Okay, example 2. Blues vary inversely as yellows squared. So a couple things going on here. First of all, we're going to use this new technique, this equal ratio method to do this. But also notice it says yellows squared, not just yellows. So be careful that when we write our formula down, that we're going to put a square on the yellows, right? So if we're doing it this equal ratio method, it says blues vary. That means B1 over B2. You know, anytime you're going to use the equal ratio method, whatever is going to vary is always that thing 1 over that thing sub 2. And they are subscripts, not powers. So B subscript 1, B subscript 2. And it says inversely as yellow squared. What that means is that yellow subscript 1 goes on the bottom, yellow subscript 2 goes on the top. That's the inversely part. We invert the subscripts. So the first yellow's on the bottom, the second yellow's on top, or the first blue's on top, the second blue's on bottom. But it does say yellow's squared, so we're going to square both of those. So do be careful, the subscripts are down below, the superscripts, the powers are going to be up above. And again, sometimes they do that. If it said as inversely as the square root of the yellows, then the square root of y sub 2 over the square root of y sub 1. So again, they might do stuff like that. All right. Now, looking at this structure that I've created, the first blue, the first yellow, the second blue, the second yellow, they are where they belong. We got, again, a proportion here going on. All right. So officially, that's what it looks like before I put any numbers in. The first fraction is just a regular fraction. Second fraction has squared objects. Okay, so whenever I substitute yellows in, they're going to end up being squared. It says 100 blues go with 2 yellows. So that's our first piece of information, right? So 100 is B sub 1, 2 is Y sub 1, and notice they are in different locations. Well, initial blues on top, the initial yellows on the bottom, because again, inversely swaps those subscripts around. How many blues, means we don't know B sub 2, go with 10 yellows? Alright, so we just substitute the numbers where they belong. If there's any kind of evaluation, square root, squares, whatever happening, do that before you multiply. So keep it 100 over B sub 2 to begin with. And 10 squared on top is 100, and 2 squared on the bottom is 4. If the tops are the same, the bottoms are the same, so B sub 2 would equal 4. Wow. You're welcome to cross multiply if you want. 100 B sub 2 is equal to 400. And then you divide by 100, you get 4, right? But if the tops are the same, the bottoms are the same, right? Again, that's how it works with the equal ratio method. If I did the K method, blues vary inversely as yellows squared. So inversely K divided by, right? And then 100 blues go with 2 yellows. So that's 2 squared, right? So 100 over 1 is equal to K over 4. Cross multiply, that gets me K is equal to 400. And just like that, K is 400, so now I go back up here. Blues equal 400 over Y squared. So blues is equal to 400 over 10 squared. So blues equal 400 over 100. So blues is equal to 4. Both methods work 100% of the time. If you like this method and you get the right answer every time and you're kind of uncomfortable with this method, I would recommend trying it a few times, see if you can get comfortable, because again, as far as efficiency is concerned, this is more efficient. But again, if you get the wrong answer on this one, the right answer on this one, use this one. I mean, know your own math abilities, know your own techniques that work better, but they both work 100% of the time. So both can be used whenever you want to use them. I just like to give you all options so that you can pick and choose to become more efficient for yourself.